Yo, what's going on, everyone? It's David Palmer, the Leo King, and we got Erica Othen, Crystalline Codes here on HighVibe.tv for Deep Love Tarot, your weekly love horoscope and reading for the week of December 21st through the 27th of 2020 here on HighVibe.tv. If you've not checked out HighVibe.tv, this is the awesome spiritual network, which of course is hosting this show and of course producing it. And we have the awesome spiritual network, which we have all the apps down below, or the website HighVibe.tv with all the exclusive content. If you become a subscriber, of course, and you get all my daily video horoscopes, all my weekly sun sign horoscopes, all of the different shows that we do, especially like full disclosure. We got shows that, like you do, Erica, with Anne. We got her story. We got everybody on there doing their awesome stuff. And of course, my paid video, which you can get right now in the paid video section, which is going into 2021. You want to understand 4 hours and 50 minutes of 2021 and about this grand conjunction we just had and the eclipse cycle that was connected to 2012, all on HighVibe.tv. Also, Erica's doing her second school, which is up right now. You can go to highvibe.tv, click on school, and you'll see it right there, Beyond the Planets 2.0, where she's going deeper. Actually, what are you going more into? Because the first one was much more what? Why don't you tell everybody what it was?
So the first one was going into starseed markings, really teaching about the asteroids. This one is the next evolution of the Beyond the Planets series. So we're going into even more asteroids, even more starseed markings. It is called Decoding Her Story. So this is really a divine feminine mystery school.
Damn.
Yeah, so teaching ancient mysticism, sacred symbolism of the goddess. I'm teaching how to read the Akashic through natal chart and locate the lost lands of Avalon, Lemuria, Atlantis. Really just diving even deeper.
The whole deal.
The whole deal. Mm-hmm.
Well, number one was a huge success.
Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you. It was so much fun.
So diving deeper, 8 weeks, right? Course?
8 weeks. Yeah. So it is 8 weeks starting on the new moon in Capricorn on January 12th. We do 8 consecutive weeks every Tuesday, but we record everything. So you can catch the replay. You can join. It's open enrollment. The first Beyond the Planets
is like my love school that I did.
Exactly. Yeah, totally. So open for all levels. All are welcome. Yeah, really excited about it.
Yeah, well, we love having it, and so many people loved it so much. So many people wanted to have round two, so round two's going down.
Yes.
And of course, we're missing Craig, so we placed Craig with Erica.
Got another blonde.
That's true. Oh, you're not a Scorpio, though. You're a Gemini. If y'all don't know, Erica and I used to host Beauty and the Grumble back 9 years ago. We were both stars of True Beauty. We've done a lot together. It's been a crazy fuck.
It's been a wild ride.
It's been a wild ride. But, you know, I thought it'd be fun. We're going to have some fun with the tarot tonight. So you never watched the show before. We're going to go to your love reading before we go into your 12 zodiac signs, which, of course, we're going to pick from the High Vibe Gold Chalice. We're going to go into the collective. I'm going to spit a little astrology, and then we're going to throw the cards. Tonight, I'm going to be throwing more of the tarot, and Erica is going to be throwing the oracle feminine vibe. Kind of balance out my intense aggro, vampire, and zombie decks.
I'll do my best.
Yeah, so let's step right into this collective. It's a big week, and let's go into that right now. We're also in the chat, too.
Nice.
Yep.
Hello, everyone in the chat.
There's no collective or no? I don't think there is. No problem. So this week, collective-wise, of course, we all know, I'm sure you've heard it, whether it's on the news or you're probably seeing people out with telescopes right now, or you're seeing people like trying to do it with binoculars or their iPhones, which is hilarious to me. Jupiter and Saturn have conjuncted. It's been 20 and a half years since. May of 2000 was last Jupiter-Saturn. That was in Taurus at 22 degrees. This is at 0 degrees of Aquarius. So Jupiter and Saturn have just both arrived in Aquarius. And, well, that deals with people. So when we talk about love, oh boy, there's a lot of disconnection, a lot of like weird energy, and how things and karma all come together, especially because Jupiter and Saturn left Capricorn and now they're in Aquarius. But this week we've got Mars in Aries squaring Pluto. We just had a solstice tonight with the sun moving into Capricorn with the moon that was in its first quarter square in Aries. So this is just activation into new identity and characters. And when it comes to love and relationships, the identity and the characters have to all match. Like if you're trying to you drive a bus and that person doesn't like buses, probably not going to work out. Especially in Aquarius, right? Like you're going to have to maybe go to the area where other bus drivers are. So I think it's important for you to start to realize the area you hang around, the people you hang around, and whether it's the philosophical beliefs of Jupiter and the kind of structure of, especially with Saturn and Aquarius, it's very odd. It's it's not going to waste time. One thing about Aquarius is I love Aquarius because it's I ain't going to waste time on that. If I'm not feeling the connection, it's you don't even know they left, but you do know if you're on the other side. So, there can be a feeling of cold as ice from people just out of nowhere, just ship! Be prepared for that. Venus and Sag, though, bring in a lot of, I would say, joy and optimism for things, but at the same token, it's with the South Node. It's not going to be exact this week, but don't get into the illusions of stories. You look at the facts and really look at the Gemini stuff here. We are going to see some interesting aspects still with Neptune squaring the nodes. Of course, there can be fanatical energy at the highest degree, especially if you're not taking your meds for schizophrenia. Make sure that you are, or see a doctor if you really believe that, something's happening and it's not happening in love. I think that the hardest aspect of this week for love is definitely going to be the fact that Sun and Mercury are in Capricorn and both are going to square Chiron in Aries while Mars is squaring Pluto. So Mars and Pluto both are ruled by Scorpio or Aries with Mars, right? But there's this extreme needing to, you can't force love, number one. Mars square Pluto is forcing love, not going to happen. Also, it's fear of integration, right? Fear of really coming in, fear of even sexual energies, right? It's both deal with that and they're in square. And then you got this Chiron energy that's are you really thinking that you're in control of the forcing of things? I think that this is about not forcing things and allowing things to integrate in a beautiful way, that the plan is either the plan or not. So this might be a little harsh for people. It either worked out or it didn't by the divine. And I think it sucks that the sun's going to square Chiron on Christmas. I'm just going to be real with y'all. So it's not going to be your normal Christmas. There's going to be something missing. Quasimodo's going to be running in and need an eye drop on that weird eye. So good luck with that one on Christmas. But stay away. He wasn't allowed to be there because you're not allowed to be around anybody during these times. So with love, I think it's going to be courage with love, Mars square Pluto. I think it's going to be having to follow your own world with love and how you deal with people. Because I think that the darkest thing that's happening on the planet right now is the way that they're telling people not to be around people when Jupiter and Saturn is this moment about connecting to people. So if you're using excuses well, I'm not allowed to till we hang out till until this is gone. Good luck with love. You're going to have to be bold and courageous with love in ways that, people like they were in World War II. There's a lot of World War II energy floating around. Just remember that. So let's see what's going on with the collective. First card that we got for this week. We got the Strength card. I was just talking about this literally. I don't know if we want to switch to the overhead cam or not. No, it's all good.
It's all good.
It's all good. So we got this Strength card, I mean, she's giving him a nice beating in a good way, I guess. But, it's that strength, like I said. Love right now, it's going to take that ultimate strength, but it's not the over strength, it's tamed strength. See how she's taming him? But it's tamed, right? Because that's the whole thing about the Strength card. It's strength, but not don't be Arnold Schwarzenegger and start, juicing yourself up your butt with a big bunch of steroids and then going on TV nowadays and acting like you still are a governor. You know what I mean? You're not. The challenge that we got this week is dealing with grounded. So I don't think that we really are knowing where we're anchoring our ships relationship-wise right now. And I think that that's the reason to have the strength to maybe put an anchor down, to ground ourselves. You know, it could feel like, you know, things are kind of all over the place, especially with Neptune, you know, and squares to these nodes. And especially with this week being a week with even the moon with Uranus this week, there's going to be a lot of energy kind of all over the place and trying to find where is this thing all going in love this week collectively. Our overall card that we got here is the Hangman. Ooh, we're definitely trying to figure things out. It might feel stuck, but I think that a lot of it is like paying close attention, understanding where things are going, because that's what the Hangman is. It's like the universe is making us sure that we understand where everything's going. But if you're feeling stuck in a relationship that you don't want, it's probably ungrounded, and maybe you don't have the strength to go through it anymore. I don't know. Erica, help us figure out what's going on with this challenge. How do we get through it?
Talking about this airy fairy, it's like my home is my inspiration. So.
My home is a sacred space full of beauty, inspiration, and protection. I think that the only place to ground is if the love should feel like it's your home.
Yeah.
It's a sacred space full of beauty, inspiration, and protection. If it's not feeling like that, if you're like waking up in the middle of the night and being like, oh my God, I need to get the fuck away from this person, or I don't know how I'm going to wake up and they might be screaming in my ear and like blah, 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 blah. I would say that that's a sign that that's not going to work out too hot. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree. I'm like, if it just doesn't feel good, if it doesn't feel like nourishment to your soul,
yeah,
you know, gotta figure it out.
A little weird though with that strength card. I mean, she's definitely like,
yeah, but that is a very feminine card, you know, like she's like taming the lion from, there's like a peacefulness to it. There's a confidence with that card that I really love.
Which I think that's the whole thing, right? It should be like the power of love, but, you know, in a safe space, not the power of kind of like, it kind of reminds me of natural born killers, like, you know, when they're out like taking shrooms and shooting up people. Like, okay, this is a good love story, but it's definitely not grounded. And he wakes up on shrooms and he kills the chief, and it's a bad story.
It's a little wild.
Yeah, it is. Let's see what the zombies have to say to help us with that strength card. We got the 10 of Pentacles in reversed. So guess what? I think that the issue with the strength is there's a lot of ungrounded energy or not knowing where things are positioned. The 10 of Pentacles is the card that deals with the castle that gets built, which is able to grow, to have family around, to have people around, to have all this great energy around. Like in this case, right? Like the 10 of Pentacles. Look at the kids are hanging out and the zombies and everybody's getting along. Like the zombies aren't eating the people. Like the people aren't killing the zombies. It's beautiful, but this is reversed. So I think that, you know, it's like the strength of being like, I gotta like anchor myself in some sort of relationship situation that actually is gonna build and grow something. But if it's not, and it's just kind of going nowhere, and there's nothing going on, are you gonna put strength still into something that really doesn't have that foundation that could grow something beautiful? And the reason we got that Hangman is the Ace of Pentacles in reversed. So there's a lot saying that there's a lot that's not physically understood right now in relationships. And there's a need for things to go to a new energy. And this Hangman, you know, it's almost like the new energy could feel hard because it feels stuck. I don't know how to maybe move something to the next round, whether that's break up or to the next level, or, I mean, this would be an odd time to propose to somebody, I'd think too, right? So it'd be kind of like, I don't know, maybe I should wait a minute. But I feel like we do still need to get to the bottom of what the hell's going on. Like, are we doing this? Are we not doing this? I think that's going to be a lot of the collective energy. What do you got as our big overalls here?
Let's see. We got 12th house escape.
Oh, shit. Well, I mean, 12th house has a lot more to do with than just escape, right? It's a beautiful card. It's got to be spiritually aligned.
Yeah.
I feel like spiritually aligned relationships can find that this week. But it still is like finding it. But I think that ones that are not in alignment with spirit, oh God. Mm-hmm. But then there's that mystical, beautiful storyline energy too.
Yeah.
Creative space, spiritual space.
Universal love, I always think, is like that 12th house Piscean vibe.
Yeah, divine, spiritual love.
Spiritual
that
love.
Feels like the signs are everywhere.
Yeah.
Because maybe the signs are everywhere and now you don't know what to do with the physical aspect of it. That could be a thing too. Or the signs are everywhere that this is physically not happening. What's the other last card that you got for
We'll do this one right
That's
here.
the enchanted love spell one.
So ritual, a little 6th house kind of vibration.
That's so opposite of the 12th.
Yeah.
But it's spiritual ritual though, and it says Gaia on it too. I would say that it's about seeing like, 12th house has to deal with patterns we get stuck in too. And so is the ritual a good pattern, of a spiritual pattern, and it's evolving and it's finding its new point here to actually go into more of a physical, more beautiful round? Or is it just this constant looping ritual cycle of just going into demaze and despise and a toxic, crazy, lunatic relationship?
Yeah.
It's very bipolar.
I was going to say, are you stuck in a karmic loop? Right? Are you stuck? Are you just replaying the same thing, the same toxic pattern over and over and over again in your relationships? If so, yeah.
I mean, how would you do it? You'd just be like,
No, I probably wouldn't.
how I deal with homeless people in LA, I'm like, when they come up.
But that's a thing, especially with the square to the nodes and then the square to Chiron this week, right? So just being mindful, like, are these patterns that we're in serving us?
I think that you bring up a good point, the Chiron thing, because it's going to feel a little weird.
Yeah.
But I think the weirdness is letting go of the ego that thinks it's all good when it needs to look at a lot of the physical aspects, if it's got the real peace and protection at the home. And what courage do you need to take, strength-wise, to move this to a more solid ground, or to realize you're not on solid ground and maybe it's demolished time?
Yeah. Trusting in the timing of it too. Like you said, not trying to push it, not trying to force it, especially with this Mars square. It's like allowing it to just all be divine, kind of that divine trust and divine surrender to the greater plan.
Yeah, and with Mars square Pluto, it's definitely going to be intense, kind of forceful look at the truth, like, and the identity of this truth. It's a very weird Mars because it's in shadow. We're never going to see Mars in Aries in shadow square Pluto in Capricorn in our lives again. So it's definitely directing us to a deeper meaning, but also revealing the truth of the identity of the relationship and where it stands. We did get Jupiter in the 1st house in Sag. Well, geez, talk about a journey, but a journey of understanding what you really want. I mean, I think that this is going to be a week where, there's a lot of big things that you want, and if you're not getting them, then it's not part of your journey. I think, though, that everybody's got a lot of things on their table that they want. So there's that. I think, Jupiter in the 1st can be definitely like this exciting thing, especially if it is what you want and it's all there, but it's a lot that needs to be there. So don't cut yourself short this week and be like, yeah, I'll take you, quasi. I got an eye patch. It'll work out.
This could also be reigniting some sparks, though, too, right? Kind of like breathing some new life into a relationship
that's been dead.
Right. It feels a little bit like zombie apocalypse. It's like trying to give that zombie some CPR. Wake them up.
Well, I've been thinking about this, what's happening in the UK, what's happening around a lot of cities in America. Like, there's this whole, like, you're not allowed to leave or not allowed to go see other people. Like, one part about this is when it comes to love, like, at the end of the day, are you going to, it's like, it reminds me of Princess Bride, like, like how he becomes the great pirate Roberts, right? And he like goes to find his woman, like he goes through the fire swamp. He does it with, it's like, are you going to go on this magical adventure, or are you just going to sit at home and fucking hang out with a fucking mask on your ear?
Right, because 12th house is a magical adventure, especially with Jupiter. And I think it's not forcing it, but if you feel it and it feels like home and it's in alignment, then taking that risk.
Yeah.
Throwing the dice, taking the risk.
There's good luck.
Yeah.
With taking courage and strength. I think that a lot of people are going to be tested if they got the strength to do whatever they got to do. Exit, enter, keep it going, one or the other. All right.
David, it's not streaming on the app. It's on YouTube.
have you gone over to use screen and made sure that did the code get copied? Here, I'll go look.
I pull a little card in the interim. Ready? Let's do it. All right, what do we got over here? Uranus, genius. Okay, so this is Aquarius energy, right? So we got Jupiter, Saturn, bam, 0 degrees Aquarius. I was talking about this today, actually. So not only do we have this great conjunction of Jupiter and Saturn at 0 degrees Aquarius, we also have the sun at 0 degrees of Capricorn today. So a lot of 0 point energy, plus the moon moved into the sign of Aries. So at, a point it was at 0 degrees. I always think of 0, it's got like this Pluto energy, right? In astronumerology, 0 degrees is about transformation. And I really feel with this Jupiter and Saturn conjunction, this is just transformation, a huge shift. I just felt this huge shift into like a good direction, positive alignment, new possibilities. I keep on saying, envisioning our highest timeline, embodying our highest self. This is a really beautiful opportunity for that, especially with love too. For those of us that are single out there, it may seem that there are a lot of obstacles to even meeting people right now, connecting with people because of all these different rules and regulations and all of the things, right? But if we can take a time and a moment to envision what we want, right, in a relationship, in our perfect partner, I think that'll really help kind of move things in a good direction, manifestation, like it's almost like consciously creating the partnership that you desire at that time, envisioning it. Yeah, and also too, with this Uranus energy, it could be like, bam, all of a sudden you're walking in Whole Foods and you're hanging out in aisle number 3, and you see someone who could end up being, it's like finding love in new places. That would be for those who are single. For those who are in a relationship, it's time to mix it up a little bit, right? Maybe get a little wild, a little spontaneous, do something unpredictable, do something out of the norm. Right? This is really the beginning of a new cycle. This is the beginning of a new era. This is a beautiful rebirth, a beautiful opportunity for rebirth with this great conjunction here. The last time it happened was in Earth signs, right? 20 years ago in the year 2000. Now this great conjunction is really igniting a whole new cycle in the sign of air. So this is a powerful time. I'll pull a little card while they're just figuring out the live stream vibe. Let's see what else we got for the collective. I'm loving this Black Moon astrology deck. Void of course moon missing. Okay, so this card, there could be some confusion, right? This is almost, see, this is that 0 point energy that I'm talking about with Jupiter, Saturn there, with the sun there, with the moon that crossed earlier today, with that, with this great conjunction. It almost feels, especially like with these 2 big planets in Aquarius now, it's almost like in this quantum space. That is another vibration of Aquarius. It rules vibration. It rules like beyond linear time and space. So if you have some questions about, is this person the right one? Or maybe you're kind of feeling a little trepidatious, like you want to make a move, you want to ask that person out, but you're not really sure. Void, of course, is usually like not making big decisions, but I don't know, just my guides keep on saying, take that risk. If you really feel like it's an alignment, not forcing it, because that Strength card, it's like there's a gentleness to it. There's like a confidence in the gentleness. There's a confidence in just kind of like owning it, owning your value too. We'll pick another card. Let's see what we got. Ooh, all right, this guy wants to come out, clearly. We also got 11th house, friends. So Friends, lovers, lovers and friends. 11th house, connecting with community. That was a big theme today. I was channeling that earlier. It's like coming back to unity is so important now. There's so many paradigms out there, so many different little rules and things that are trying to make us afraid of each other. And it's like, for what? For what? You know, it's like, we're all cool. We're all friends. Like, it's important to come together with one another, to remember one another, coming back to unity, come back to unity. 11th house.
Well, you were just spitting it down.
Bam.
Why don't you pick the first zodiac sign?
Let's do it. I love this little grail cup we got going on here.
So do I.
Cancer.
Cancers are first.
Cancer rising over here.
Cancers already.
Little Cancer rising over here.
I got no cancer in my chart. My cat has some cancer in his chart.
Little cancers.
Well, Leo does. Yeah, Leo does.
Cancer rising. What I got going on? I gotta shuffle these cards back over here. Where do you put these little guys when they're done? Just gonna...
What? Oh, I just put them to the side right there.
Cool.
All right, Cancer, let's see what's going on with you this week. First card that we got here is, I pulled two cards. I pulled the Death reversed with the Devil with me on it. So,
Does that really, that has you on it?
Yeah.
Oh my, that's epic.
Yeah, somebody made this for me. It's pretty cool, huh?
That's amazing.
Just try.
Excellent.
I think that Cancers are at a weird place. I mean, especially just looking at this astrology this week for them, it's like, it's definitely very 8th house, the Devil, but then there's this Death card reversed. It's almost like a fear of the change of going for what you want. It's like, I feel like that's kind of like this, it's like you're on the edge, like, ooh, should I really go for what I want? Is it bad? It's like questioning if you're doing bad things, but it's like, what is the bad thing? Is the bad thing doing something you don't want and staying away from what you want? We're going to find out a little bit more about that. What's going on with this? You got transformation. Ooh, that's your challenge, is going through change and opening the butterfly of the life and that you really want in your life. I think that there's a lot of fear to actually make a great change here. And, you know, one thing about the 8th house is it does deal with fears. And I think that you're definitely going through the fears of like integration into what you really want to desire and you really want to have here. Your overall that you pulled here is the 8 of Wands upright, which is the arrows of love. So overall, this is trying to move you into this new transformation, this new edgy, intense, very powerful place. I think the question is whether or not you're going to do that or not. Why don't you see and help these Cancers figure out their transformation here with their issue?
Air element, communication.
You got the air element of communication. So, and I think whenever I look at air, I look at all 3 air signs. I'm like, okay, it's a Gemini issue, communication. It's a Libra issue about the whole partnership thing. And it's an Aquarian issue about how to bring it all together and integrate. So, you know, it's more than just communicating, because that's all 3 that are communicating. There's 3 sides to all the different elements. And that's what astrology shows. And I think that this is definitely about having to connect all these very like stimulating parts, that the transformation is exciting and it's stimulating, and air brings you up. It brings you up. It brings you up out of this like kind of like, I think, more heavier weighted, kind of probably earthy realm that has not been going the way that you want to.
Yeah. Are you speaking your truth? Are you living your truth? Are you in a relationship or a situation that maybe feels like a little bit comfortable, but you know that things need to change and you're afraid to like speak up? Are you diminishing yourself or holding yourself back? That's like, it's 3rd chakra.
Yeah, and I think a lot of it too is just the fear of like feeling the, like as you said, the truth of like this new beautiful, because it's a beautiful card, that transformation card.
Yeah.
But I feel like with that being the challenge and this helping you to get through that challenge, it's like you're gonna have to like realize that butterflies fly in the air. They're not cooped up in a fucking weird ass little fucking, you know, jar in some science lab. And I think that that's the issue, is like you might want to be jarred up, or you're gonna like have to see the wildness of the transformation that happens.
Yeah.
And understand it and experience it and see it. You know, there's something about the air element, like it look at the fire with the devil card, you know, with me there, you know what I mean? Like,
those are some pretty serious. It's like the change is coming too. This is like allowing it to flow.
Magician card reversed. So that's the issue here is like, number one, you have to be, the magician is connected to the divine, to earth, and you being the conduit in between. And this is a mad, you know, scientist that's creating the zombie apocalypse in this deck. And it's reversed. So it's almost like, you know, afraid of stepping into the magic of your power, of your edge, of your desires, but more importantly, about not being able to like really let go of kind of like allowing yourself this new transformation and change. It's like this, there's magical energy that comes with it, but it's like there's a denial of that magic or a fear of that magic and feeling like that you can control all the magic. But there's something about when magic happens, it's the beauty to watch the wonder of the magic opposed to just like, it's all preset, it's all understood. It's not all understood. And I think that's the most beautiful part. Your reason we pulled that Eight of Wands, the Arrows of Love, you got the World card upright. Wow. So you're definitely, you know, there's a lot of opportunities here for you to go to get the new world that you want, but it also is the World card is a completion. So it's like the new energy and the Arrows of Love are taking you to a place, to a new completion to bring you into a new world. If you're going to do a completion of something, if you're trying to aim the Arrows of Love at a fucking door that's closed, it's just going to go and it's not going to go through the door. I feel like there's a lot, especially with that air card, there's a lot saying like there's all this stuff trying to happen, but I feel like there's a lot of closed doors. Death card reversed, the devil almost feeling like, oh, should I open the door to get out of jail? After you.
Bam. 10th house, the world. Another
two world
confirmation.
Cards, 2 world cards. But the 10th house world, definitely taking a risk, definitely like, also it's a reputation thing, right? It's like having to like, what's the reputation going to be like? What is everybody going to think if I do this? It's like, who cares? Step into the world and be the world that you want to be.
Yeah.
What are you feeling from that card?
There's a lot of success. There's a lot of expansion in going with the flow, with the air, and allowing the change to come and not fighting it and not kind of being, and I'm a Cancer rising, so I know, but not being too stuck in our little Cancer rising shells that we're not, you know, like this is kind of time to expand our wings and fly. Little Cancer soul family, right? Don't limit yourself. Don't diminish yourself. It's kind of time to open up to new possibilities of change and believing in yourself. Believing in yourself, believing in the magic.
Why is it that Cancers end up always getting stuck with these really weird people and situations that they don't want to be in, but they just stay in them? Cancer rising.
Comfort, probably a little comfort, you know? No comfort. It's kind of like, oh, maybe I can change it. Maybe I could just like love it and change it. And then it's like, I don't know. Yeah. For me, Taurus moon too. I kind of like hold on to it. Right?
Even if it's like Quasimodo?
There have been moments of that.
I know. I've known you 11 years. Like,
you know, we just want to love. We just want to. I don't know. And then, you know, Mars and Libra doesn't necessarily help that we get comfortable. And then, you know what it is, though? It's like they're like our friends, too. We make friends with them, and then we kind of like feel bad, and it's like, oh, I don't want to hurt their feelings, or like, oh, maybe.
Even
like,
if they have a little micro chip.
Microchip and nano? A nanochip? I don't know about that. I mean, I don't know if it make it to the relationship department if that were really the case.
But the cuddle department, that's okay.
Well, cuddle department, I don't know.
Let's
that
see
would be kind of weird.
What else you got here? Let's see.
We got
Looks
more?
like they're gonna. This is about bringing something into the world here.
7th house partners.
Oh, shanappies!
Bam.
What do you got to say about that one?
So it looks like, you know, there could be new partnerships on the horizon with these changes, right? It's like a new you within a partnership.
I don't know. It's the world and partnerships. I would say it's like the world that you're wanting to go towards depends on the relationships that you're in. Mm-hmm. And there's 2 world cards here, and we got the Arrows of Love, and we got a lot here about really, I think, doing what your passion is and taking the risk towards the kind of real partner that you really want, opposed to faking it and doing this fake magic trick.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like, I think Cancers can do this whole like, oh, it's wonderful. And, you know, everybody else is like, okay.
Let me just put a little bow on it and make it special, you know?
Oh my, it's like a Christmas Story when they put him in the fucking, what's that costume they put him in? The bunny rabbit?
Oh, the little bunny rabbit. Yeah. You know what's coming through too, though? The first two cards were like, oh, the death card, and then what was the other one?
The devil.
The devil.
With yours truly on it.
Right. The devil with the Leo King on it. And it's like death card is like there's endings, right? You know, like it needs to end. It needs to change. And just things you need to let it go. And then with the devil card, it's like, are you in a self-imposed prison? Right? With the devil card, you got to remember the chains are very loosely around the lover's necks. They could very easily just take them off. So this is, you know, like, are you in some weird situation that you know isn't right, that you know isn't the way? It's like, don't be in that space where you just feel stuck and you've given up and you're not really going anywhere, because on the opposite end, right, like in that rebirth, there's some really beautiful things happening, some things and some energy that seems more in alignment with your vibration. Don't get stuck in a loop or in a rut where you're even just like giving, because as Cancers, we do that, right? And activating and you're feeling depleted, you know, and it's just kind of like you're stuck. And don't be stuck in like the material world too. That is another vibration for that devil card. Like if you're too you know, just kind of like stuck in your own way, or you're feeling too comfortable, or you're worrying about like security, right? Security, like
we're gonna go Beauty and the Grumble, old school, 9 years ago here on the show. This is a problem with Cancers, right? It might not even be there might be single Cancers out there, right? But Cancers don't let people in, right? It's like, no. Got to make sure we go through friends and know all the things, right? It's true. It's Cancer's got big shells. But it's almost like with that devil card, it could be, are you trapped with that death reversed of like, oh, I'm too afraid of change, so I'm going to stay chained to being afraid of change.
Yeah, no bueno.
And especially with Jupiter, Saturn in the 8th house, it's like you got to open the doors to let the UPS package in, or if you don't open the door, no package.
There's some presents waiting for you, Cancer.
Yeah, the milkman might be doing a lot of milking.
Santa's waiting with a big package.
Look at this, 3rd house Jupiter in Libra.
So good
Jupiter.
luck.
Yeah.
Good luck when you communicate 3rd house in relationships.
When you make the environment too that you're around, you got to look at the environment. 3rd house is always the environment, but Jupiter there is like, expand your relationship environment or possibilities that your mind has always had about relationships. Expand the mind, expand it more. Don't be so narrow-minded and doing the same environment and the same thing. Like, try a new environment, try a new way of how relationships are going to go in your head, because you know Cancers have this whole like they run the same gamut about relationships all the time. Capricorn is their 7th house, right? It's like, okay, they run it like a fucking business, like a CEO at a business. It's like, okay, all right, this is the kind of relationship. Yep, okay, that's it.
You gotta let go of that control too a little bit.
Yes. Okay. Well, I picked 2, so that one's going back in.
Okay.
Cappies.
Bam.
We were just talking about Capricorns, your opposite sign. See what's going on with Capricorns. We're gonna speed this one up too. Right. It's a long night. So when Eric, well, we're waiting for Capricorn to pop up. Eric and I used to have a show called Beauty and the Grumble, where we would take a story and there'd be the beauty of it, and then we both complain about it. But then we would show the positive in it at the end.
That was so fun.
You got the King of Swords upright. Wow. All right, Capricorn, you are definitely looking to get exactly what is in your mind's eye. And you know what? I think that you have finally come to the answers that you want. but it is a little cold because it's going to be a really intense truth that you must deliver, whether it's to a partner or just to yourself, realizing this is what I got to do. This is where I am going to position myself in life, but not get distracted on anything else. You need to be very certain now on what you want in relationships. You need to be certain what you're looking for out of your partnerships and certain what's going to happen in your head. And you can't be doubting yourself. So this is going to be where you have to have confidence in the choices you're making in your mind and not be on the fence in your head anymore, not be overthinking, not be, ooh, should I do this? Should I do that? You can't be like floating around in that whole energy. Your challenge card that you got here is fire. Ooh, I think that you're going through some passion energy that's on the pilot light has come out. And I think that you are looking for that stimulation again and that passion and that fire again. And I think that you've come to the conclusion of that. And it's going to be about how you're going to deal with that. Are you going to just accept it? Or what is it that you're going to do about why the fire's burned out? Or maybe you're single and there's no fire, but you're clear that, you know, you've kept the chastity belt on for fucking 10 years. The Tower. Oh, man. So single or not, or in relationships, there's definitely this big moment here that is reached where your value's at stake. Jupiter, Saturn, your second. You need to have a new way to bring in the happiness you want in your life. And you need that fire and passion. And that King of Swords is a great card because it's very clear. It knows exactly where it's going. It knows exactly what it wants. But it is a little cold because it's like, I know exactly what it is and I need to do it. But that Tower is the overall here is definitely something's got to change on the most dramatic end. So why don't you help us figure out what's up with that fire issue that they got going on?
Mercury retrograde.
Oh, they've been thinking it too much. And I think that they've revealed everything with the King of Swords there. It's almost like, how many more times are you going to keep reinventing to turn the pilot light on and it keeps burning out? Like, what do you think?
Yeah, just stuck in that loop, replaying it over and over and over again.
Well, that would suck.
That would suck.
That would suck.
Yeah.
The reason that you got that King of Swords is you did get the Page of Pentacles upright. So it's almost like you have an offering of a better situation here. Somebody's trying to offer you or telling you, you know, somebody's hitting on you, especially with King of Swords. You're being very direct. And maybe you need to be direct to somebody that you are really seeing value in. But it's also being very direct on what you need and what you want. And I think that somebody's offering that to you this week. I also feel that you're getting it, like the message from Spirit, like this is what to do, and you've got to do it. Like you can't, even in yourself, not have the fire to go through with it and do it. The reason why you got that Tower card, you got the Page of Skulls, the Page of Pentacles reversed. So that's how funny. We got it upright on this one. We got it reversed here. The Tower is going to be you not taking that message from Spirit or you not accepting that message of some bigger, better deal and staying, oh, I'm okay with this shitty deal. I'm okay. Or you know what? The Tower is also going to be you hoping for somebody to show up and they never have with the goodies. And that's the reason why that the fire keeps burning out, because you're expecting them to keep coming with s'mores and, you know, logs and lighter fluid and the beach, and you're all the way out in the middle of nowhere and they're not showing up. What do you got as our final big ones here?
We got first house.
Oh, you got to put what you really want in your life first. First house deals with more than just the body, but the physical embodiment of your identity and, of course, your energy of what you're going to define yourself as. So I think that you are very clear this week about what you want in your life, but you got to do it. You can't be playing around with, oh, I want this, and then not embodying yourself with it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, putting yourself out there, making some choices to do the damn thing.
What else you got for us?
We got Saturn, ruling planet, Cap, right? Big decisions.
Well, yeah, and the truth, right? And now it's Saturn in Aquarius in your second house. Time for better, not worse.
Yeah. Level up.
Yeah, you know, Saturn in second house is a hard transit, I will admit, Capricorn, because it makes you realize in the mirror you're ugly and you need to change something. But sometimes it's who you're around. Self-worth issues about your own physical body too could be coming up really big. And maybe that's part of the fire too that you're afraid of, or maybe they're not showing up. Maybe you got to go get a makeover.
I also think it's owning your value.
Which is the same thing.
That. Yeah.
Sometimes you can let yourself go.
Well, quarantine and
that's what I'm saying.
the quarantine 15.
But that's what I noticed. If I ask everybody, and I'm not saying this to be mean to just Capricorns. I say this to every sign, right? I've been saying it to Sagittarius for the last fucking 3 years. It's like, one, it's hoarding. Saturn, when it comes in the second, like, oh, I got to hoard, Or two, I remember, I dare everybody to look at when Saturn went through your solar second house, you were having self-worth issues. And if you look at the pictures, you're like, God damn, I do not look like that now, thank God. So for me, 2000 was when you and I met on True Beauty. I look at it, I'm like, what the fuck? I went on reality TV for my third show on ABC looking like that.
Oh, you look good.
No, I got made fun of. Go read the Facebook of fucking True Beauty. Go look at my picture. I'm the only one where it's like, this ugly motherfucker.
No, they made
straight
fun of
up.
us all.
No, they did not. Nobody got called ugly but me. So that's what I'm trying to say. I was the ugly duckling. Saturn in the second. You gotta realize, I'm trying to help every sign now with that transit. Look in the mirror and be honest with yourself. Even if you got to go to Salvation Army to get free clothes, whatever you got to do, maybe you got that hair needs to get cut.
I was going to say a little haircut. Yeah. Change it up.
Yeah. And also, this could be in your partner too. Like, if they're letting themselves down, you're letting yourself down. I know it's triggering, but it's just truth. Pluto in Gemini in the 7th house. You know what? Pluto in Gemini? Actually, in the 7th house, if I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it was Hitler.
Really?
Yeah, he was Libra rising, so Scorpio. Taurus, Aries, and then it was in his 8th. Close, but he did have Pluto in Gemini. When Uranus came over his Pluto in Gemini is when he went crazy. But for you need to get to the bottom of your relationship fucking truth, because you got Pluto and Gemini in the 7th house in the communication. You're not talking, or you're not communicating with the person you want, or in your relationship, there's a lot of things at the bottom of that well with the trolls that has not been dealt with. Well, I'm sorry, the Geminis are the elves.
The elves.
And it is Christmas season. And I've always had a thing against the movie Elf. I just think it's very annoying. And it's like, it's almost like you can't teach. You know what, Capricorns? If you're with a partner, you just can't keep watching Elf and think it's going to get better.
Isn't Will Ferrell from,
yes,
he's from Irvine, right?
Yes.
And
I love Will Ferrell.
OG.
And it's his worst movie.
No.
Because
he's like a big kid,
But
and he eats the spaghetti.
It's just like.
He hates that movie.
I do.
I'm feeling a little cold. I think I might get a blanket. Should I get a blanket?
You do the Cancer rising. Get a blanket.
I might need a little blanket. I can go grab one. Can you
go get
hold
one in
it?
the office? You know where it's at.
Yeah.
In the
Okay.
office,
I'll be back.
I know. Hey, Caps. I know. I know, Caps. I'm just being real. Libras. Oh, it got replaced because I ripped it up last week. Libras. It just happened that way too. It wasn't like intentional, but then after it ripped, I said, well, I guess I might as well rip the whole thing. It's kind of like when you have a credit card and it's expired, you're like, oh, let me get the scissors out. And you cut it once and you're like, I'm going to cut the whole thing.
It happens a lot with Libra.
It does happen a lot with Libra. I don't know why either. You know what I mean?
They want a good reading.
David, hurry. Fix your sitting.
What happened?
It's so interesting reading these comments of people. It's like, fix my sitting.
Oh, because you're sitting Indian style?
Yeah, I'm sitting Indian style.
Do you, boo?
It's Aquarius. Are you so used to seeing me sit the normal way? So, oh my God, he's sitting like this way. It's Aquarius, Jupiter and Saturn. Welcome. Did you think Erica would be on tonight? No. Did you think I'd be sitting Indian style? No. Welcome to Jupiter and Saturn Aquarius. Did you think it would be a mutated virus in UK that is being used to be the problem that will never be fixed? I did. Oh, that's where our collective's at right now. You know what I mean? Oh,
Fix your sitting.
oh, CNN. Oh. CNN. We're doing Libras now.
Okay.
5 of Wands. Conflict. I love 5 of Wands. It is the card that, you know what? You got to face something this week, Libra. You got to face somebody. You got to deal with the hard things. And especially 5 of Wands is dealing where you're not getting the good end of the stick and you got to stand up for yourself. And it might be conflicting, but at the same time, the others take it as honorable because you're being pushed over. So, especially with Mars square Pluto, definitely a lot of conflict for Libras. That's their 7th house ruler. Your challenge right now, Libra, this week is the relief. Oh, you just want relief, but you got to do conflicting energy to get relief. It's kind of like, you know, having constipation and being like, well, I'm not going to take the prune juice. Well, take the prune juice. Shit'll blow it out. Ace of Cups reversed. You're definitely empty emotionally. And you know what? I think that's what you have to do is like, you need to relieve yourself and regain your emotions back in your life. You know what I mean? Like, constipated emotionally is not fun.
Oh, Aries. I am.
Wow, yeah, you're
Opposite.
going to have to take some bold initiative. Look at that. You have to take some warlike energy. You got to be direct. You got to get what you exactly want to get the relief. You can't do this whole, I hope relief comes by just having a magical moment where the poopery will just fix it all. No. Something, you have to do something. What else works for constipation besides prune juice?
Just say
Naturally.
I don't know.
Because I would never recommend Pepto-Bismol or any of that shit.
I don't
Or
know.
Maalox.
Did you say poopery?
Yeah, I just said poopery. It's like that's the Aries thing. It's like the relief thing. It's just you know Libras think somehow if I just sit by the poopery, somehow I'll be able to go. Maybe the smell will remind me of it. But no, like we're gonna have to like get some, you know, what else? Maybe some olive oil.
Drinking olive oil?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well, I don't know about that. Dude, move your body, right? First house, work out. Just shake it out.
But this is emotional constipation. So it's like you're going to have to like shake out the emotional constipation because you're holding. I've been telling Libras, especially Jupiter, Saturn's down their love house. It's like, you're going to have to be a Leo now. You're going to have to do what you really want. You can't be loving because you were safe emotionally. You were living the Cancer life and you got to actually show up too. It might be for single Libras too. Like you got to show up. You can't be, I can't be this whole like, oh, I really want love, but I'm going to just not show up. But I'm empty emotionally. Yeah, you're going to have to do something. You're going to have to, it might feel like it's conflict. Like, well, how's it going to affect this? Or how's it going to affect that? You're going to have to do something. The reason why you got that 5 of Wands is because you did get the Queen of Pentacles upright. You need to know your value and your worth. Are you going to step into that worth to have exactly what you want? It might feel conflicting, but you'll get what you want, right? Like show up to the, I don't want to say the fight, but show up to the negotiations. You're a diplomat and you'll get the good things that you want instead of not showing up and then having to come back to the king and be like, I didn't go. It's like, off with your head. Well, you did get the Knight of Pentacles in reverse. You're not moving anywhere. You're stuck. You're staying in the same place and you think that it's fine, but it's not bringing you anything emotionally. So that's obviously stupid. So, I want things to change, but I'm going to just keep staying in the same situation the way it is. Definitely not going to work out for you this week. Page of Pentacles the Knight of Pentacles keeps moving forward. It's a long journey in life. It's just not meant to just stay and be stuck on empty emotionally. You got to keep moving it forward and know that value in order for you to do it. What do we got here for the overalls here?
Do a little oracle.
Little oracle?
Strength, stability. Yeah.
Oh, look at all this Aries strength. You got to have that strength, right? Strength, stability in this hour, endurance, stamina. I am power. It's a 34 card, number 7. That's actually my life path number, 34, which equals 7. Yeah, I would say that, you know what? You're going to have that strength, which will bring the stability in this hour and endurance and stamina to empower. You just can't be... I hate to say it. I got a feeling Libras are just avoiding everything. Like, but they really want a lot. You got to step forward into something here. What else you got here?
Sounds like it's time to take your power back, Libra. We got 5th house.
Oh, that's what I was just bringing up earlier with Jupiter and Saturn in your 5th. It better be a dramatic, amazing love story, not the drama of Phantom of the Opera. I know people think that's romantic, but... Nah. I think that's the issue is like love is supposed to be exciting and fun, not required. I'm required to do this, like love has no requirements. Love is creativity. Love is flowing, not I have to be doing this. I already made this. I can tell you through watching, I think Simon Cowell's a Libra, right? Like, look at him. He was so angry on that show because he was in a relationship he didn't want. I'm not saying to go cheat, although Libras are pretty big cheaters. But I'm just going to say that, like, when he finally cheated and then he had a kid and all that, you could see he got nicer. He found love instead of doing the whole, I got to stay in this thing. And that's when he was just talking shit all day on people.
Yeah, he did get less grouchy, huh?
He did, yeah. Might take a lesson from Simon Cowell. Fifth house, Aquarius, Neptune. Ooh. So numbing out this whole connecting to what you really want with love isn't going to work, or just imagining it isn't going to work. Well, look at it'll go in this great direction. No, it won't until you actually connect to it and you actually change things up and move forward in a new direction. You got to connect with it. You can't be lost in the illusion of the dream only. What are you feeling?
Yeah. I forgot what it was.
Neptune in the 5th, Aquarius.
Yeah. And even if love is a little weird, right? Maybe it's like an escape. They're feeling like they want an escape, and it's kind of like find something a little bit different with the Aquarius energy.
Right. Totally.
That could be a vibe.
Why don't you pick us our next sun sign?
Got it. I got here. Sagittarius.
I was going to say happy belated. Not your birthday anymore, Sag. Sorry. Hope you had a good birthday with the South Node there in eclipse.
All Sag season action complete.
Oh yeah, Jupiter and Saturn are out of your hoarding house and transactional relationship energies. So now you actually have to change your environment up, and you actually have to find the real stimulation. You can't be just, in boring land anymore. Page of Swords upright. Wow, this is the truth card definitely that comes through of the communication is coming through. You're going to be communicating, but also at the same time, just be prepared, especially with Jupiter and Saturn in your 3rd house. Woo! Unpredictable things are coming your way. Messages, the truth is coming. And look at that. I love that card because there's like these it's kind of creepy because are those blimps? Yeah, they're like blimps that are coming out of the universe. And I think that, the big blimps are coming, and it's like, whoa, here's the message I need to listen to. What is that message? What's the challenge with it? Air! Communications issues. It's almost denial of the truth, especially with that would be a very Jupiter, Saturn, 3rd house beginning. Denial of the truth. And the environment in which it's in, I feel like it's like I'm just going to say it. It is very bad quality air around. It's almost like it's polluted. Two of Wands upright, the world that you hold in your hands. If it's not the world that you really want in your hands, right? And you're not living in that truth, then you don't have the world in your hands. You're not having that world. I think that you're going to be questioning whether or not the world this week of love that you have or that you want, if it's actually going to happen and true, and what changes you need to make in your environment and what truth that you need to pay attention to. Why don't you help the Sagittarius out here with this air?
8th house, endings.
Oh, you got the death, endings and beginnings, 8th house. Uh-oh. The truth. I was saying that. I felt that. I was channeling. I was truth. But you know what? Oh, Sagittarius. You are either keeping some secrets or that other person is.
Yeah.
And it's going to cause some real shit that you're going to have to deal with this week in order to see if the world's really true. You're about to be tested with that. The reason why you got that Page of Swords is you got the 8 of Wands in reverse. That's the arrows of love not going in the right direction. It's going backwards. And I think that that's what you need to really pay attention to is like, is your relationship going backwards, or is there somebody you're dating and it's not going the way you want to? Maybe you need to pay attention to that. Or if you're single and it's not going the way you want to, maybe you need to look at the truth. Maybe you're in the wrong place. Maybe you're in the wrong environment. Maybe you're around the wrong people. Maybe you're around the wrong energy. Maybe you're in a toxic environment. And that's not really working. That 2 of Wands came up about the world that you got. Oh, wow. You got the Page of Cups upright. You need to emotionally communicate the truth and really express your true emotions. I think that there's like an underlying emotion that you're feeling that you're not being able to communicate it correctly, or you don't know how to, and you need to get the world that you want. And I think that's where some of the undercurrent, maybe it's not a full lie, but maybe it's this whole like, oh, I'm not going to say this, or I'm just going to keep it. You know what? And I feel like there's a little bit of like, I don't want to say abuse, but almost like being taken advantage of. I've been saying that a lot, and now this 3rd house is like you need to be the arrow of truth, like, and you want the arrows of love to go your way. Well, make sure that you're in the truth and you're actually in the right place for the blimps to see you. I almost feel like, I don't know, that when I see readings too, and especially the challenge, and then it's the 8th house, like you need to get to the bottom of something. Something is not kosher, whether it's in yourself or it's in your partnership. Can't be both too.
You ready? Oh. Fire element, desire.
Oh.
Are you being honest about your desires?
Woo!
What do you desire, Sagittarius?
Well, and it's interesting. They got that 8th house to help them, and then they got fire, desire. It's almost like he's still turned on after a minute. You know, are you reaching for the Viagra? Ladies, are you thinking about a soap opera from 10 years ago? Next
opera.
next card, please.
And that, again, void of course moon. This is the second time that I picked that one
Owie,
tonight.
mama. I'm sorry. That's not a good card. There's something obviously off here, missing. Void of course moon's always when the moon is not aspecting anything, and it's leaving a sign, and it's at its end, and it's just kind of like anything that's trying to be really like initiated. Like if you try to like start a business on a void of course moon, or you try to make some big thing happen, or you try to do some big event or a party on a void of course moon, it always is a dud.
Yeah.
So there's a dud. That's a dud with fire. There's a lot of dud energy going on that you gotta get to the bottom of. How about you roll, Miss Gemini?
Yeah, let's do it.
That was a good roll.
Was it a good roll?
And you did get the 11th house Pisces Mercury. Oh, this is definitely a lot of fucking secrets and a lot of things that you are not paying attention to in the world that you're living in, which you did pull the 2 of Wands with the world in your hand. Like, is this really the world, or are you in a delusion of that? You're going to have to, or the delusions are creating that grandiose Mercury, like, oh, I think I understand everything going on, but there's a lot more in other frequencies and other dimensions and other places that you got to pay attention to, and having to communicate with people authentically. And maybe you need to realize, like, who is your partner talking to, or who are you hanging around? Those are things that you got to pay attention to deeply.
Psychically, I'm feeling like someone coming back from the past. Maybe your partner's like, I don't know, maybe there's like an ex coming up or something, you know?
That could be true. Or it could be a missed opportunity from the past to help break the illusion, because 11th house at least has a breaking through moment always.
The breakthrough.
But I got a feeling like there's some shadiness here, especially that's their 4th house is Pisces. So it's like, you're going to have to really break through and communicate your real emotions that you've been kind of that you're very sensitive to. You, it's a little bit like Operation. Owie. But that's Jupiter, Saturn in the 3rd. Time to live in the truth. You can't be living in false realities no more. Yep. Doesn't work out, or else you have panic attacks. Por favor.
Aquarius. I'm gonna shuffle some of these. Trying to keep my hands warm.
All right, Aquarius, let's see what's going on with you for love this week. You got Jupiter and Saturn in your sign now, and you pulled the Hermit reversed. I think this is great. Remember, I always say I don't like the Hermit upright in love reading. Hermit reversed. Time for you to get out of being in your little weird shell, trying to get more information. You got all the information. It's time to come out. It's time to come out. It's time to not keep hiding how you feel about a relationship, or maybe you're just single and you've been in your own little thing. Saturn and Jupiter in your sign. The bubble's over. It's been burst. You can't be in your little safe bubble anymore. You're going to have to be honest. You're going to have to be a little bit rebellious, like I've been saying. The challenge with that, power. Look at you. You're afraid of the power to come out and show who you really are. I feel like if you're in a partnership, you have been like docile. And you are not showing the power of who you really are, and you're afraid of waking that partner up. And if you're single, you're afraid of showing up and showing the power of who you are and all these great things that you have been doing, and you need to. Your overall that you got here is the Queen of Wands in reversed. This feels when you're like really stupid with love. Like it almost feels like, whenever the Queen of Wands shows up, it's like reversed. It's like you've been like doing all this feminine kind of love, like, oh, I got you. And then it's like, oh, I'm so, it reminds me of like, there's that funny comedian I love, Pablo Francisco, when he talks about bitch whipped, and he's like, and she's like, did you look at me weird? I saw you looking at me weird. It looks so weird. And then you go, I'm sorry. I looked at you weird. And you're like running towards them always, all the time. It's like you feel stupid. You're always like, you're like, oh, hold on. I'm so sorry. I'm just trying to help you. It's like, I feel like you've like let yourself kind of feel stupid for like, I don't know, maybe you feel stupid about love situations that you were coddling, that you were emotionally femininely like trying to hold. You can't be doing that no more. You got to bring that power out. You got to get out of this like hermity, like creepy old hermit. It's just like hanging out by yourself and like just dealing with things. Can we see in the card to help them with power, please?
Let's get some power. North Node, life purpose.
Oh, wow. Your North Node energy of stepping into the true destiny of your path in your life, ironically enough, is in Gemini right now, which is your 5th house of love. And your life purpose is the power of love. If I wish we could cue the music, the power of love. Wow. So you got to step into it by communication too.
Yeah.
And by being that authentic kind of crazy self that you are with love. You got the Queen of Cups upright. Really good card with that Hermit. You come out and then it's time to eat the brain of that. Look at that zombie. She waited all day to get on the beach and eat that brain. Look at that. Yummy. And I think that's the whole thing about the Queen of Cups. Like she's got all the good shit. She's got like, from what it looks like, she's like got zombie tanning oil. She's got her hair perm too. Real nice.
She's having a nice day at the zombie beach. She's having a nice day.
And I think that emotionally you could be having a better energy when you come out of when you let your wild and crazy self out. That actually is going to emotionally feel good. And the reason why you've been feeling stupid with love situations, oh, did you pull that Knight of Swords? You've been trying to save the day, like I said. You've been trying to save the day in the most stupid situations and being like, oh, hold on, you're going through a lot, huh? Oh, let me help you. I think you're done with that shit. But you also might have to save the day for yourself from maybe if you're single and you've been just like, in your own hermity world, not being yourself, you got to like rush back to yourself fast. Let's see what we got here overall.
Bam. Solar eclipse.
Oh shit. This is not an easy card, everyone. You know why? Because you got to make a major change. It's the revolution. It's the cigar cutter in space. When the sun and the moon come together, it literally cuts off an old story and begins a new one. It's a revolution. It's a 44 card. It's definitely a wild number. And it's definitely a revolutionary time, especially the solar eclipse in Sag was in your 11th house. The world's ending that you thought of it.
Yeah.
You can't be living that world anymore. And that North Node popped up in the 5th, of course. You got to get to true love. I think that you're dealing with false love a lot.
No more? 9th house. Have faith.
Oh, it's time to expand the waters through this new revolution in your life and expand your life. Open up new doors, try new things, get kinky and weird again. Jeez, I don't know what happened to Aquarians. I'll be honest, I used to have a lot of crushes on Aquarians back in the day. They used to be so revolutionary and so wild. I'd be like, oh, God, they're so sexy. And now I'm like, where did they go?
I feel like there's going to be a shift, though. I feel like Aquarius are on the come up, especially with Jupiter, Saturn, bam.
That's what I'm saying. But that's what this reading is about.
They're coming back. We're resurrecting that energy.
They got to get out of that, like.
The rut. If you're in a rut, right?
This is more in a rut.
Well, but also I think like with the 5th house, it's like coming back to...
It's like a rat in a cage.
It's coming back to pleasure, play, joy, passion. Like, what do you really love? Do that.
Yeah, if you got rotten teeth, make sure that you go and get some veneers, you know what I mean? KFI, 640. John and Ken Show. Jupiter and Gemini in the 12th. Wow. Well, I would say, well, Jupiter in the 12th, very, it's kind of the hermit, but it's like kind of weird because it's like, it's time to expand the crazy, wild, exciting, stimulating story again.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like it's like Aquarians took like a massive dose of tranquilizer and it's coming out. And you gotta like get back into the true story that is your magic, which is love through curiosity and excitement and stimulation, not tranquilized. Let me help you. And you got to rush to save yourself fast instead of rush to save other people. You got to put yourself first, Aquarius. Jupiter and Saturn is in your sign. You're not here to go save people. We can only have you help save the world once you've saved yourself first. Especially in love. Because Aquarians, you might be in relationships that are holding you from the truth of who you really are.
Nope.
All right, we got the moo-moos. We got Taurus. We got I ask everybody on the show, Erica, to do a moo, and you got a moon in Taurus like I do. I need to hear that.
Wait, I can't laugh. I can't. Moo.
Oh my God. Like a Cancer rising moo. I need a moon in Taurus moo.
Moo.
You got to get all like, moo.
Like a bull?
Like,
with the
well,
horn?
yeah, it's
What about
bull.
like a moo?
That's why the moon's
What about
exalted
like
there.
Like a sexy moo.
Hey, that works.
Moo.
All right, moo-moos, let's see what's going on. You're on moo-moo land in Mario Kart. Knight of Wands reversed. I think I love you. Who the fuck are you? It doesn't matter. It's like hot and sexy, but reversed. So Knight of Wands reversed is definitely, it's almost like you wish somebody was coming to be your Prince Philip, but you're not being Aurora and even wanting Prince Philip to come around. Or you're not rushing towards jumping into anything at all, when maybe actually that might be your best thing. Not saying, I mean, it is kind of, the Knight of Wands is very one night stand, especially the way that they put this card, right? Like, I think I love you. I don't even know who the fuck you are. But I feel like that you're afraid of like the edge of excitement of love. It's almost like you're ready to do it, but you're holding yourself back. What's the challenge with that? Ooh, you don't feel like there's good fortune there. You think like, ooh, that's bad luck. That's gonna be bad. Ooh, bad
Naughty,
juju.
naughty,
That's bad.
naughty.
Even, Tauruses love that shit.
Especially with Lilith there.
They're overall, they got this. The Four of Wands in reverse, the marriage card reverse. Wow, are you just totally avoiding love? Think there's bad fortune there? Let's see. Help them understand why they think they have bad luck right now with love so bad. I mean, these are two great cards for love.
All right, so Black Moon Lilith. Yeah, so Lilith has been in your sign since October 31st. And Lilith is about sovereignty and rising up and not bowing down and getting freaky and wild and untamed and spontaneous and letting that freak flag fly. So
There's the mystery of Lilith.
yeah,
Because
and like our sexuality, there's like a really like sexy little vixen vibe going on.
like get the moves
with
going.
Lilith. Like time to bring it back to your sensuality, your pleasure, your play, like bringing it kind of time to make it sexy again. I don't know.
Well, I always like to say Black Moon Lilith is like, at grandma's funeral, I'm going to do that line of coke if you happen to be a cokehead.
He loves to say that.
Well, because it's I use crazy analogies, right? It's like Lilith will do whatever she really wants.
That is
it's
very
her shadow of what she's going to do. If she likes coke and it's grandma's funeral, get the fuck out of my way. Get in. Let me get in the bathroom. That's Lilith. And
She's a wild one.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying,
she's
and
a
I
wild
haven't
one.
done that stuff since 2008. So you know what I mean. But I'm just trying to say that this whole good fortune thing, you better start snorting good fortune again in love, because for some reason you think that shit's bad when really you're just snorting fucking like hell. All right, you got the King of Swords. I think that you need to be smart and actually go, oh my gosh, I could have everything that I want, but I have to actually leap for it and be like young buck Prince Philip again and jump into things and start singing to Aurora in the middle of the fucking woods. You're not going to get anywhere if you don't. If you don't communicate it either strongly. You have to do. It's like you have to actually communicate what you want. You can't expect others. This is also a very like I expect things to just happen the way I want to. No, you're expecting things and you're not doing things about it. Ooh, Six of Swords reversed. You're too afraid to go to the other side of a better place that's going to bring you to your ultimate celebration, marriage, or any kind of great union. You're too afraid to go to the other side. That's better. Six of Swords is always the boat that's going on to the better place. But for some reason, you're too afraid to move on. So I feel like you guys are all very stuck right now, mooing in the same place.
Let's bring one of these. I focus on what is working.
Maybe that's the problem, because nothing's working.
And you're too focused on what is not.
What is not working.
Yeah.
When you need to focus on what is working, and I like how there is the archer there. She's aiming in a new direction at the moon, right? And the moon will be in Taurus this week. It's like you need to aim at what you really want again and see what will work, opposed to focusing on what's not working. Focus on what is working. And if you're focusing on what is working and it's the most boring thing in the whole world and there's no fortune there or anything, it's not working.
Time to spice it up. We got
Mars is coming in their sign sign. They got Mars square Pluto fucking their 12th. Mercury, the communication thing, and bringing the stimulation, the excitement, and being curious, being curious to see what's working, being curious to, say fuck it a little bit, being curious to go hang out with Lilith in the bathroom at grandma's funeral for love. Snorting that good fortune, and being curious to go to a new side of the bridge and to another island and see what's there, to see if the celebration's there. You gotta be curious. You can't be again, expecting. You got Venus in the second in Cancer. Well, if you really want to have the good stuff and the good feelings, you got to actually physically have it. You can't pull like this whole, crabby, like stubborn, emotional thing. You got to actually open your emotions up to have the emotions that you want to have.
Yeah. I'm sensing some self-worth stuff too. Maybe some confidence issues there.
Yeah, it could be a family situation. Like maybe you're putting too much into your family. So it's like, let's be real, like kind of hard to do the love thing when it's like, well, I have my family. I have my family. I have my family. Trust me, I'm a Leo. When I hear like, I have my family, I have my family, it's like, oh, okay, I get it. I love the family too, but like, I'm the kind of lover that's like, okay, I just did my family thing. You free now?
We got the next one.
Mm-hmm.
We got Aries. Do.
So now I ask everybody on the show to act like a warrior and scream like a warrior for Aries. Let's see it.
Is this a thing? What about the other signs? What do you scream like a warrior?
Yeah, we got to hear the warrior
snorting.
call.
I have no idea what that would even sound like. A warrior
You have a
call?
Venus and Aries, so let's hear the warrior call.
I don't want to blow out
Don't blow it. You won't blow it out. You're good. Let's hear the warrior call.
Just like shoot a bow and arrow.
No, we got to get the actual. That's it?
I don't fucking know.
That sounds like fucking you're in a horror movie. And you actually are in a horror movie.
No, I don't know how I would scream if I was a warrior.
What's your Xena warrior princess?
My warrior is more like stealth, like very, you
Okay.
know, like more Bruce Lee kind of vibe.
Okay, but you wouldn't say it would just be.
No, you've seen me fight in that
video.
video.
I know, but I'm okay. Yeah, when you're in the Rev Theory video, I get it. But like,
is like
where's
more
the
like
fucking
the
war? Like, where's the warrior call?
You want to start beating my chest?
Hey, Wonder Woman 1984 is gonna be coming out this week. So, are you gonna let Wonder Woman take over your warrior vibe?
No, but she's a vibe though.
Oh, so
She's
you ain't a
whole
vibe then? Okay,
I'm a vibe.
all right.
I'm a
I'm
vibe.
just trying
Well,
to call you out. I'm just trying to bring that warrior. Like, where's the warrior vibe?
I got it. I don't know. I was so weak. I don't know. I don't know how to scream like a warrior.
Just find that inner Aries. And,
cool.
Yes.
Yeah. Ooh.
I've never had anybody do that. And I knew that you'd fall for
You
that
were
one.
so mean. Thanks.
I can bring out all the sides. I got.
I was
Oh,
like,
you
no,
ready? Hey, there, you ready? Let's go. It's time to fucking do this shit.
because-
What'd you get? You got the floor fucking one.
Can I have some Sprite, please? I need some Sprite.
Here you are.
Give me some.
Here
Thank
you are. The Warrior's offering you a Sprite. Here you go,
Oh, thank
me
you.
lady. 4 of Wands in reversed. Not too much to celebrate about, huh, Aries? Or are you choosing not to celebrate? Maybe it's time to rethink things and look at the celebrations that are at hand. I know you got a lot of stress you've been through, but that's ending now, and it's time to allow the celebrations to happen again instead of blocking them. I feel like Aries are blocking the celebrations. Let's see why. What's the challenge here? Oh, focus. I think you're focused on things other than the celebrations of love. That's kind of... What's more exciting than that? I guess maybe you're bougie and you're buying gifts on Amazon, and that's really exciting. I mean, oh. Your overall is the King of Pentacles. You know what? I think that it's about having the ultimate. You can have all the abundance you want in love right now, but if you're not focused on that abundance, especially about the celebration of having love and focusing on that, then you're not going to get the total beautiful love story that you want. What's that focus? Why are they having problems with that?
Sun. The Sun card.
Well, this could be two things, right? Maybe they're focused on just themselves, but at the same time, they could also be focused on they're not themselves, right? Like, which would be maybe their self really is focused on wanting that celebration, wanting that union of love, wanting that thing to bring that celebration towards. Maybe it's about looking deeper at what you really want and allowing that to happen, opposed to kind of blocking that part. I've heard a lot of Aries lately be like, I'm focused, with the Mars Retrograde especially, I'm just going to do myself.
Yeah.
Ooh, the 3 of Hazards, the 3 of Pentacles, with that 4 of Wands. Is there somebody else? This is the card of love triangles. Maybe, I think the more for the singles. You can't make a decision because you're looping a couple people around. Calling you out, Aries. Looping a lot of people around, so you can't stay focused. You're jumping around from DMs to text messages to this to that. You're all over the place. I love this one because, it's the zombie is like the humans are throwing zombie, or they're throwing human bones at the zombies like they're little dogs. No, I'm just trying to get a little deeper on this. I feel like, but it also is like you need to learn to collab with somebody to build something beautiful, to have the celebration. Like you just can't be all independent and then not wanting to join in on your partner or somebody else to build something. It's about coming together. And I feel like that there's an issue with you coming together fully and then going towards that party. It's like you're afraid of it going to a party. You're like, well, I'll come together, but I don't know if I want to go to the party. And who's that over there? Magician reversed. Wow. I guess you're not believing the magic of having the ultimate love story right now. And maybe that's because you're not in your actual magic. You're kind of maybe just you're distracted, and you're distracted on things that aren't bringing the beauty. It's like you don't believe that the magic could happen of the ultimate, union or celebration. And I think that you have to remember that magic is so there and it's so possible, and you don't have to believe that anymore, especially because that Magician card is with that King of Pentacles. You have all the abundance in the world, but you got to attach that magic within yourself, that knowing of the divine, that knowing of connection, that you know your worth, your fire, your intellect, and more importantly, your emotions. And that's something that's missing. You don't have all four together. And that's what you need to get back into the wholesome to get everything that you really want. And maybe that you need to focus on your true self, but not just your independent self, because it's the spirit, it's not the ego. The spirit's always available for love, but are you distracted? And are you not willing to work with somebody to go to the next level? Are you afraid of that? What do you got?
Aquarius.
Learning to get to work with people and to get to understand people. See the future. Maybe there's a future issue here. How do you feel, Icicle Pop?
I know. It's a little chilly willy in here.
I noticed the Gemini has gone down to...
Sorry, my hands are so cold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like you're running like the new Pfizer, negative 70 degrees.
No, definitely not running that. Let's go to Jupiter, though.
Let's just go to Jupiter, right? So your abundance comes from connecting to people and actually starting to see a future about things and being exciting about a future, opposed to trying to blow off a future by, not believing in it and not having the opportunities and not seeking the opportunities. I feel like you've been disconnected and you need to be connected. And you see that there's a lot of great stuff around. That's actually two great cards that she just pulled for you. You got the fourth house. Okay, emotional issues and communication, and in Gemini. That's it. You're not knowing how to communicate your emotions correctly, and maybe you need to rethink your emotional stuff, especially because maybe your mind's being controlled by your emotions being controlled by your mind, and I think that you're running twins-like energy, and that's why I think you're having a little bit of love triangle. You're thinking about somebody else. You're thinking about different scenarios, and I think that you're getting a little lost overthinking the emotional things, and I think that you just need to get back to, okay, this is what I want emotionally, and let me figure out how to get that, opposed to getting lost in your own little crazy Gemini emotional weird shit.
Yeah. I'm picking up on a lot of scattered energy. There's a lot of kind of energy all over the place, kind of not really sure which way to go. There's just a lot of options there, but it's all kind of in your head and your mind, and you, got to make some choices.
Yeah, you got to make choices in your mind and emotionally, I know that's not easy, but
it sounds
actually
exhausting too.
It just sounds like they're avoiding and going into other worlds or traveling or whatever, or focused on other things. And then you wonder why at the end of the day, oh, no, I'm just in a bad magical place. No, you're choosing not to focus on it. Por favor.
Por favor. All right, we got... the chalice is cold too. We got Pisces.
Pisces, the fishies, the zodiac.
Pisces.
I know, I've been preparing Pisces for this Saturn, Jupiter in their 12th. This is a big transit for them.
Yeah.
It's not, I was going to say sicker than your average. I was going to say the opposite. Worse than your average. Let's see what's going on with the Pisces. Seven of Pentacles upright. The card of where you invest and put a lot of hard work in and you get your investment back. So what you're going to have to put a big question on relationships this week. The energy you're putting in, what are you getting back? Is it worthy of it? Is it worthy of the nun to be happy? Very Piscean. Although I think she's growing weed.
It does look like cannabis around her.
Yeah, she is.
Yeah. Granny's got a side biz.
How's your crop doing? Are you growing buds or not? Or is it turning, or did you grow a bunch of males with a bunch of seeds? Not listening to your guides challenge. I feel like your guides are trying to tell you like, hey, stop investing here. You're not getting anything in return. You're not paying attention. And I think that that's an issue, right? And especially it's so funny because these guides have the same lines, like they're not exact, but it's kind of Aquarius, if you notice that.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like seeing the future and paying attention to it. I almost feel like they're kind of blindly like, well, I don't know what to go. Like your guides are trying to give you the answer. What's not worthy of the investment? It's a lot of hard work with no investment. That sucks. But it's worth it. If your guides are going to tell you where to go this week and telling you what to do, you'll feel it. Three of Cups reversed. I think that you're spending too much time socializing or partying too much or, being around too many people and not paying attention at all to where your real investments are. I feel like you're scattered in investing in, Three of Cups is just like going to stupid parties or wasting time or waking up and being like, how did I end up here? Or people that you shouldn't be hanging out with, that you're hanging out with. And I think that it's wasting your time. And I think that your guides are trying to connect you back to spirit and to places that are going to bring you your ultimate value. What do you got? Something new. We've been doing all those. Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it. Now's the time to integrate all that I have gathered.
Ooh, that's exactly very Seven of Pentacles.
Yeah.
It's time to integrate all those things that you've gathered in your life, right? Like squatting down and taking a selfie. Well, I think that you've gathered all the intel that you need, but it's time to integrate it, right? Instead of get lost in these parties or get lost in all these distracting energies, and especially integrate what your guides are saying.
Yeah.
Because that's what this is. This is to get over that challenge. It's like, you have a lot of things to integrate here, especially it's your guides. Like, what is Spirit saying to you? I almost feel like Spirit's trying to move you, like, get away from all these random social things that are distracting you. And the social things that should not be distracting you are the social interaction with your guides and seeing what to invest in or what not to. The reason why you pulled that Seven of Pentacles is you did get the Four of Cups. Wow, you're not even into any of the investments that you're putting into right now, and you're thinking that it's the other side, but you're not into them yourself. Ooh. So I think that you're trying to put blame on other people, but really it's you. You're not showing up. You don't want it. Why'd you get that Three of Cups reversed? You're partying because you got the Five of Swords. And you know what? The Five of Swords, I'm going to be honest with you, this is a card that tries way too hard, especially in this social thing or trying to force other people or find other people or whatever, or get into some crazy situations here. So I think that you need to be cautious of yourself and getting in crazy situations, especially socially right now, just because you're lacking in not knowing what you want and thinking some stimulations going to come in this other area. You need to integrate and listen to your guides and get back to your wholesomeness here, because I think that you've lost that through trying to search outside of some really weird areas, and you're unsure of what you want. Maybe that's the issue. Maybe you need to look at what actually is good for you in your life and what you can actually get a good return in, opposed to trying to find some sort of quick, fast change, or more importantly, you are completely forcing a situation that doesn't make any sense in your life. You don't even want it, and it can take you down some really weird roads.
Yeah, it seems like escaping, and I feel like Pisces have had it because it's Neptune square in the nodes, and there's just like a lot of like, which way, how do we really do it? And then people coming back in from the past and not really knowing if it's like supporting you in your direction, in your mission and what you have to do. So Pisces have been going through it, getting lost in the sauce, And escaping is definitely not the vibe, because with Saturn there's going to be a lot of, you're just creating more challenges. You're creating more
Especially
obstacles
socially.
for
That's where
yourself.
Pisces have their
And
issues.
Socially, yeah.
They get caught up with the wrong people.
And it's important to really bring it back to source, to spirit, because your team is really trying to guide you and being like, hey, that's like not the way. Let's kind of like bring it back. Because the truth is, your intuition is really your superpower. When you're like really tapped in and you're in alignment, your intuition is like spot on. So coming back to the place where you can really begin fully trusting that again. Let's go, Virgo. I analyze.
It's time to get back to reality and start to actually be smart again and not be like lost in the sauce, as you said. And I also think that, you know, love-wise, I think, you know, Virgo is your relationship house. So it is like, you know, it's time to focus on relationship that makes sense for your reality and not ones that go against your reality. And also at the same time, you know, Virgo is where it's like you got to take things a little bit more seriously, you know. I think that this is showing a lot of like kind of not wanting to take things seriously, when obviously if you don't, like, you're missing your tips from your guides and it could take you in some dark places.
Yeah, time to get real too and grounded. You're not grounded now. We'll try protection, the protection card.
Ooh. That's what we were just saying. Like, protect yourself, because, you know, your guides are trying to protect you. And if you're not listening to them, you're just blowing that out the window. So you got to be very careful this week. And I don't think it's about a lover. I think it's about a lover then come through a crazy social situation or a party. It's the party card reversed with the Five of Swords. It's like, if you're trying to force yourself to go into these weird social situations, or, you know, some weird situations with that, like, you know, you're dealing with some weird people. I think that you're dealing with like weird, like, social people. Like, it's like a group thing. It's like, I don't know why, but I'm picking up. It's like people who are like trying to run like some sort of like thing, you know?
Okay, some kind of like underground kind of thing, some kind of shady
weird,
deal,
something shady, something that just doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
You know,
so check in.
But at the same time too, it could be you running to your best girlfriends or something like that, and they're all drunk at home, and you're like, what am I doing here?
Yeah, time to check in with yourself. Check in with your guides.
Let's see what we got here. We got Scorpio, 11th house, Pluto. Well, definitely it's a social thing that you're obsessed with, but maybe you need to actually transform that into actually like getting to the bottom of the world that you really want to have in your life, and instead of being like addicted to some sort of stimulant energy. I got a feeling that there's too much addictive quality here that's not leading to the world that you want, that you need to, you know, kind of curb yourself from and get back to your real connections, which is your guides, really. And but it's really a deeper part of this, though. It's about the social interactions that you have and the kind of people that you have. Are they really spiritual or not? Are they fake people?
Yeah.
Scorpio, Pluto, fake or real people?
Yeah, there's been a lot of escaping, it seems.
Yeah, definitely.
Got to bring it back down to earth, back down to reality. Also, too, like your health, right? So maybe kind of going on some kind of like detox or cleanse or something if you have been partying a lot.
That's true too.
Leo.
All right, I'm ready for the Leo party. Fucking Jupiter, Saturn in my 7th house, and then I fucking year plus Jupiter or plus Saturn another 2 years. Wonderful.
Opposing your son.
Opposing my son tonight and all this week. Wonderful.
Aw.
Yeah, only one zodiac sign of the degrees, not just Leos. 0 degree Leos got Jupiter, Saturn in opposition. I got fucked. All you other Leos, congratulations that I'm taking the brutal beating for you all. But the 2 biggest planets that you all saw, it's all over the news. Look at them right on top of each other, looking directly when I was born. I popped out in 1984, July 23rd. And it's looking right at that place. Five of Pentacles. Oh shit. This is the victim card.
No. Weep, weep, weep. Pep up.
The victim card, the card of feeling, tired or wounded or sick or poor. Maybe, you're not feeling valued, right? Or you feel like you're kind of in a, I always like this card because it shows like a puzzle piece missing. Like you feel like you're not included or something all the way, or something's missing, or maybe your partner's gone, or the holidays have split things up, or you're not feeling in your greatest energy. You feel like, oh shit, something's off. What's the challenge? Transmute that. Well, I think that the challenge is to just go, hey, that's not really what's going on. Like, transmute this to a different energy. Don't play victim. Don't play like things are bad. Don't play like things are as bad as they are, as I was just doing at the beginning of this reading. The Nine of Swords in reverse. There's nothing to trip on. There's nothing to be freaked out upon or worry about. Nine of Swords is definitely an anxiety card, but reverse is saying they're warrantless anxieties. So, it's like, you know what? Overall, there's nothing to worry about. There's nothing to be oh shit about. Transmute that this week. It's not as bad as you think it is. And I think that there's going to be an attitude adjustment. What do you got for me here?
Organization, purpose, planning, efficiency. Now come to me. So
no wonder
easily.
it's so shit. Just sounds like a week full of just fucking, okay, let me just organize things. Love and organization, that's not that great and fun.
No.
But you know what? I think that's where it's a good thing, though. It's like, start to get down to the purpose, the planning. Where can the relationship life be more efficient? And now come to me so easily, right? So it's like getting yourself in the best alignment for relationships. If you're in one or you're not in one, is like little stuff, but when you get it together, then it makes it go so much easier. And so this is maybe just going to bring up a lot of things that definitely are not in that alignment that you just got to realign within yourself to make it easier.
Yeah, I think it's bringing it back to what you really love. Like, what is your purpose? And aligning with our purpose has been freedom in this whole 2020 experience, and it's going to continue to be freedom. So putting your all into your passion, into what you love, into your heart. Oh, my turn? Your turn. My turn. We got wisdom, kind of like a high priestess vibe with this one.
Well, this seems like a wonderful love reading week. Well, I think that overall you're coming into the wisdom of how you're going to deal with love. You're getting rid of a lot of the issues and you're transmuting them. There's nothing to freak out about. And I didn't pull why we got that Five of Pentacles.
Okay.
Oh, the star reversed. Wonderful.
No. Remember who you are, Leo.
Yeah, well, I think that star reversed is saying that maybe the oh shit's coming because you're forgetting to get back into your spiritual self and come from that pure space again. And the star reversed is thinking, no, I don't want to have to reset. I think that this is Leo's having to reset their spiritual place and get rid of any weird elements of feeling like you're not getting what you want or the way that you want it to, and clear that energy out. The reason why that Nine of Swords had come up, wow, the Queen of Cups. You know what? There's nothing to worry about because you're full of abundance and emotional, especially seductive energies, right? And that you can have everything that you want emotionally. And why are you tripping? Especially all you're having to do is just have some wisdom and some greater organization here. There's nothing to trip on, and that's what's being transmuted. Actually, we need to understand what this challenge is.
Okay, so we'll do this guy. Oh, got two cards. I meet resistance with kindness. So it's almost like you're creating your own resistance because it's like, oh, life that, like whatever reason that you're kind of making up. Stop resisting.
Wonderful. Really excited for this week. Neptune in Libra in the 6th house. Wonderful. Maybe, this is you maybe expecting relationships to go a certain way, and maybe it's just about surrendering to how relationships are going to go. It's not going to be exactly the way that you think. It's not going to be on schedule. It's not going to be, also maybe your relationship reality is like feeling like it's an illusion, or it's feeling like it's numbed out or disconnected, or it's not there. And I think that you have to realize that it's still possible, though, but you have to clear out and you have to surrender to things and allow the flow to happen for these things to become real in your life, and let go of a lot of the self-sabotaging energies, especially if it's Five of Pentacles, especially if it's dealing with a lot of like the victim mentality or anything of worry or doubts, or learning to transmute that and get over that. So I think it's going to end up positive at the end of the day, in much more of a personal sense. I don't think it's much more of like externally situations. I think it's a lot more internal this week, it looks like.
Yeah. I think that that's the thing with Leo, though. It's like cultivating that self-love and remembering that you are the spark and reigniting that spark. And no matter what transit or what's going on, you know, relationship in your life, like tuning back in and come back to your heart.
How many do we got left?
I think it's 2, right? Oh, 3?
There's 3 left in there?
I think 3 or 4. Yeah, 3. Yes, 3.
So that's 4, 3?
No, now there's 2, and then this is 3.
Okay, last 3.
Scorpio to the O-O.
Ain't no party like a Scorpio party,
Ooh.
baby! I can't do it like Craig. I'm not a Scorpio. All right, Scorpios.
Let's go.
We're on these last 3 signs. I got to work all night tonight. Fuck.
We're going.
I guess no wonder I feel like the victim card.
No, putting in that overtime.
Yeah, straight up. 8 of Wands, the arrows of love. Let that roller coaster of love happen your way. I feel like that something's trying to move forward in a great direction this week, Scorpio. You better not fuck this one up. Especially after I got the victim card and you get the 8 of Wands. Gemini Christmas. Merry Christmas. You got the arrows of love.
Merry
Got
Christmas.
Cupid's arrows. But what's your challenge with that? Boundaries. There you are, putting up walls and blocking them. Typical Scorpio shit. Too rainbowy for you? Too many Cupids around? Too many Cupids? Why are you, especially that boundaries with the tiger there, why are you being like, We're going to find out. Oh, you got the Emperor reversed. You're not feeling in your power. It's like, I don't want the arrows to come unless I'm in my power. It's okay if the arrows come when you're not in your power, but don't block that. It's just like you internally not feeling that. It might not be being shown that way. What do you got for that challenge for the boundaries?
Got Libra, balance.
Well, it's also relationship too, right?
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if you put boundaries up to a relationship, ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
And yeah, maybe it's a balance of, allowing things in, and sure, you're allowed to have your boundaries in your own world, but it needs to be balanced. It's not like, oh, arrows are coming in, fuck, all the doors closed. It's like, maybe like, okay, let a couple arrows in, let's see how it feels, and
Yeah.
let's see what's going on there. That 8 of
Lighten
Wands.
up too,
Oh, definitely.
Lighten it up. Yeah.
Especially over that boundaries. You pulled the 5 of, you got the victim card, but it's reversed. Jiminy Christmas, you're playing victim when you don't even need to. Like, you know what I mean? Like, oh God. Geez, the arrows of love are coming, and it's like you create an excuse, like, oh yeah, I'm not, like my eyes don't, my eyes bulging out like Quasimodo. No, it's not. So if you're bringing in excuses like that things aren't that great, or it's because you really are afraid of love. You're afraid of love. You're putting up boundaries, and you're afraid of a relationship. And you know what? If you just want to do the rub and tug or something like that, and just the one night thing, that's not going to work. I think that the partner's going to be like, no, I'm looking for the real deal. And then I think that you can actually get burned on yourself, because that, you don't have anything to be victim of, but you can create the victim this week. You can create the victim by denying yourself the arrows of love. Wow. And you got the death card reversed. What, the Emperor reversed? There you are. You're too afraid to transition into the power of a relationship and love. Why are Scorpios so afraid right now? Please, por favor. Let's try something. Let's mix it up.
Okay, illumination.
Well, it's a great card, illumination. You know why? Because even what it says right here, you light even now, shine on beautiful ones, you are loved. Illuminate the love this week. Light it up.
Light it up. They got a lot of good things going on,
Yeah, they do. What do we got here? Trust. There's that boundary thing, but I am safe. I am secure. In love, I trust. My faith endures. Illuminate the trust of love. Instead of block it and create excuses and afraid to transform and afraid to step into your power, be seen. It's like it's afraid to show the vulnerability that you're maybe not at what you think is your peak identity, right? Emperor reversed and the death card reversed. Be vulnerable. Like, it's okay. You're the one that always has to be the one with all that power. You still have it. It's not like you lost it. Maybe there's more power in showing the vulnerability and allowing the trust in and allowing your boundaries and your walls to come down to let the Libra balance and the beauty and the relationship stuff to come in. So this is getting rid of your tough shell, and especially with Saturn and Jupiter in your fourth house. I know that Saturn's at the bottom of your chart. You're in a hole. So
little scorpion
it's okay
cave.
to be seen in the hole. You like holes. You live in holes. You play with a lot of holes. But now you don't want a hole? While you're in a big hole? You like all the holes. Aries, Jupiter, 10th house. Well, I think that it's about expanding into a new set of rules that you identify with instead of living off the same rules that you've been living off and identifying with as an ego. It's time to expand those, broaden those. And also, if you want to accomplish what you want to have, especially with love, it's all there. You have all the opportunities to. But it's about how you execute it and the responsibilities that you do with dealing with your ego issues. New ego, new rules.
New you. Boo.
You. Last two, what do we got? One, I think we haven't done Geminis yet.
No, I have not. But we're about to. Gemini, Gemini, Gemini.
And then what would be the last sign? We did Taurus, we did Aries, we did Gemini, we did Cancer, we did Leo, we did Virgo, we did Libra.
Virgo? Did we
No,
do Virgo?
we didn't do Virgo. Oh, no, we didn't do Virgo, I don't think.
Got a little Mercury action for the end of the show.
Yes, we do.
All right, Gemini.
The last two, Gemini, Virgo. The battle.
Let's do it.
The battle of who really rules Mercury.
We're about to find out.
All right, Geminis, let's see what's going on. The Empress reversed.
Wee.
Well, the Empress, she's got all of it. I mean, she's, in a zombie apocalypse, she is shopping. And she's getting all the food, and she has everything, and she has everything that's needed, and she can take care of everything, and she's got it. No, reversed. I feel, Gemini, that you're at a place where you're not embodying your full goddess energy. If you're a man, just your full embodiment of the emotional need and to be able to be a nurturer, to nurture love and to hold love. The Empress is the one that creates maternity. She can create a baby. It's a creation force. It's almost like denying the creation force right now. There's something that's holding that back. Full moon, your emotions. Maybe you're on your period. I don't know, but you're on your moon cycle. But I think that, that's the thing is you're really emotionally, let's be honest, a little wacky at the moment. Full moon with the Empress reversed. So you can't be in a secure Empress position of manifesting when your moon and your emotions are all over the place. And you got the Nine of Wands reversed. Well, this is a card where you're taking down your defenses, which is good, and you're taking down the walls. But I would say that, that's not all that you have to do. I think that it's like easy to be like, okay, well, I'll put down some walls. But it's like the Empress embodies and holds and is maternal and is all abundant and is a major arcana card of the abundance. So it's like maybe you're lacking abundance, or maybe you're investing in a partner that isn't that special or that doesn't embody that back to you, and maybe you're emotionally feeling the lack thereof. You need a full emotional thing, and maybe you're not feeling that. But maybe also in yourself, it's like who you're choosing or who you're embodying or who you've let the fence down for, and you're like, I don't know. Or maybe you're not willing to hold anything right now, but that's the challenge, is you're too afraid of the full emotional bam. It's like numbing yourself out. What do you got for your own reading here for the challenge?
Abundance. Goddess of abundance.
I just said it's an abundance thing. You're too afraid. What does it say here? Goddess of abundance divine. Let me thrive. Let fortune be mine.
He loves these oracle tests. What is
Oh,
that?
no,
The
I don't
magical-
use that deck anymore
I
because
know.
I make fun of it. But
Hence the voice.
but I'm having fun with it. So abundance. So yeah, abundance issues with feeling things fully because you don't, for some reason, want to feel the abundance of love. It's
There
like
it is.
pushing it off. Definitely North Node in the first house. Venus is in your 7th house of relationships this week. Still. All right. Emperor's reversed. Came with the 3 of Swords reversed. Wow, the heartbreak card reversed. Look at you. It's like you're afraid of being heartbroken even though there's no heartbreaking happening. So it's the fear of heartbreak. If you're going to be afraid of heartbreak, then you are not certified as an empress. Because she is not afraid of heartbreak. She's about manifesting and having abundance. She's not afraid of, this is all going to go bad. Fears. This is very Jupiter, Saturn leaving the 8th house. And into the 9th. Oh, and you got the Emperor. So I think that you need somebody with courage and passion and strength to but they're going to have to push you a little bit. The Emperor's going to get what he wants. It's going to get what he wants, right? So it's like, I think that you need to get pushed a little bit, you know? I feel like that's what you've been your issue is like, you've been the one trying to be the Emperor when really the Empress is reversed. You need to be the one that's embodying more instead of trying to be the one that's in control and has all the plans and all that. That you don't have no abundance coming because you're afraid of, at the end of the day, you're pushing for this Emperor that's over the 9 of Wands. Like, okay, I got no defenses, but I'll do it. But really, I'm afraid of when it gets to the abundant part, when it gets to the maternal part, when it gets to the embodiment part, it's like, oh God. And when it gets to the full emotions, oh God.
Yeah, I'm definitely channeling Venus with this, coming back into your feminine energy, really like just allowing it, being receptive, remembering that, coming back into your heart, and not having to push and be the initiator. We are all sisters and reflect the divine in one another.
What'd you pull?
It's another Venus card.
We are all sisters dressed up in yoga pants and reflecting the divine in one another.
It's very Venus though. It's very like coming back into your feminine, reflecting, allowing, not like initiating, not having to be in that kind of masculine, figuring it out, making it happen, push,
I got a
go,
feeling.
go.
I'm going to be honest because I'm a tarot reader. This is coming up because this is all Geminis are doing is like trying to talk to friends about it, or they're trying to be friends with everybody and not embodying the full embodiment of love. It's like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, let's go to the women's circle and just keep talking and keep talking and keep talking, and like that's your thing.
Let's do another astrology card. Mars force.
Especially with Mars square Pluto in the 11th house to the 8th house.
Yeah.
Boom. And look at this. I was just saying Mars.
Right.
Fucking, I hear it up. That's the issue.
Yeah.
It's your social house. I think that you're pushing your social life more than the abundant life that you really want.
And maybe putting
Running around, trying to be social and do all these things and not embodying intimacy.
Yeah.
Fear of
With yourself.
intimacy.
With
Fear of
yourself,
intimacy.
yeah.
And look at that Mars showing up. That's about intimacy.
And putting too much energy maybe into friendships and other kind of
Yes,
things that isn't your love.
distracting. Like it's nice
Isn't
to know that
yourself.
your sisters are all reflecting the divine, but you guys wear the same yoga pants and show up every week to the fucking same thing. How many more times do you have to do that? I'll call that shit out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm not afraid. Like, it's not like you see me running to every fucking astrology circle every week. Oh my God. So like Mars, did you see that this week? Jesus, oh my God. Could you imagine that as astrologers if we did that all the time? If we had a conference every week? Oh my God. So like,
Got some meetups for them.
I'm just playing the Emperor right now. Saturn and Cancer in the 9th, restricting the emotional, beautiful, big, awesome story. No emotional story. No emotional opportunities. None. I have control of my emotions because I don't want to be hurt. 3 of Swords reversed, the Empress. 9th house open. You got to crack open the emotions. It's almost like cracking open on Easter. What are those fucking chocolate things I love? Cadbury egg and just sucking it fully.
Oh. Let's go.
Last one? I think it's Virgo. I think it's Virgo. I don't remember if we did. We might have.
Virgo.
It was Virgo. All right.
Bam.
Last one. Here we go.
Last one. All right.
So on this show, when it's Virgos, I have you rev up the vacuum cleaners. And I've done this one a lot. Virgos, rev up your vacuum cleaners.
Ring. I got like a little hand vac going on. I was
rev up your Dysons.
Yeah. No sweeping.
Rev up your Auric. Hi, I'm Auric. I'm on my deathbed now, but this is the best bags you've ever put in a vacuum in your life.
What about those little robot ones? No,
Those
Virgos
ones
like
suck.
to get down
Honestly,
to the thing,
I
yeah.
spent tons of money on those stupid ones, and they always run into everything, and then you got to
And they go,
read through it. And it's
"Meow."
like, beep, beep. I called it Oreo. I'm like, Oreo, where are you going?
And then your cats probably hated them. Did they like them? No.
I think Oreo was too wuss for my cats. My cats looked at Oreo like didn't
Like,
take it
get
seriously.
this guy out of here.
All right, Virgo, 9 of Swords. Uh-oh, this is the anxiety card.
Ooh.
So you got some fears, Virgo. Maybe it's the fears of somebody or a situation going bad. Maybe you're just anxiety ridden yourself. I mean, definitely if we look at the astrology right now, it's definitely a little bit crazy for Virgos with love. You're having to actually embody love, and you're also going through a reality change with Jupiter and Saturn in your 6th house. That the story of your day-to-day life has to change. And I think that you're too afraid to make changes, even though you love changes. It's affecting your relationship life. So, wow, growth. That is your challenge. You don't want to grow. You don't want to try something new. You don't want to grow. You think it's all fine. I know plenty of Virgos who do not like to grow. It's like, nope, I like my way that everything is. Really? The Hermit. Oh, you all know, and this is, I can say it, and I know I'm going to piss off Virgos again. It's the crotchety card. Oh, Virgos are crotchety this week. The Hermit card is your overall. That's the worst card in love. The Hermit, the old man who's really old and goes up into the mountains to hide in his fucking little weird cavern. Wow, that's a really beautiful card for love stories. And you got the 9 of Swords, and you got the growth as your challenge. They need some help
We need some help. Success
from growing.
from growing.
Success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor and integrity. Well, success about what? Let's get to the bottom of this. I'm going to give him a Ganesha. Success about being candid with yourself about what? You're fearful of what? Oh, 3 of Cups. You're fearful of having a joyous and exciting time. Maybe you're in a relationship that's not exciting and fun. Maybe you're afraid of being social. Maybe you're afraid of where... 3 of Cups also can also be like, maybe you're afraid of your partner's talking to somebody else too. You got to be candid about that shit and be real. The Hermit popped. You got the Tower. Okay. We're going to need a little relief here. The 2 worst cards for love this week you've got together as your overall. You got the Hermit, the crotchety one, and you've got the Tower card, which is definitely... Your love story has come to a complete change in your life. It will not work this way anymore. I am sorry to say, Virgo, it will not. You're not paying attention. You're not wanting to grow. You're wanting to stay in the same thing. You got some anxiety, and I think it's because you're seeing your partner's having a great time, or it's somebody that you're like, and you're not. You're not liking the party either. You're not liking the way that it's going. Why did this Tower, and I'm going to have to pull out Botticelli. Why is this Tower, and why is this Hermit, crotchety Virgo energy coming around here? For love. 2 of Cups, a soulmate situation is coming to an end. Or needing to be confronted in some very deep ways about some things you've been deeply reflecting on, or you don't think that your soulmate's serious, or they're just like little kids, 3 of Cups. You're dealing with little kid energy, and you're taking it serious, and you're pissed, and you're anxiety ridden because of that. What are they being candid about with success? 10 of Swords. You keep doing the same thing over and over. You're in a repetitive pattern in your relationship life, and it hasn't changed. You need to change it now. Because your soulmate situation is at a shitty situation. You might think you're with a soulmate, and you might not be. Or you thought somebody was your soulmate, and this week you find out they're not. Like you were dating them, and they're not. maybe you were partying, maybe that's the anxiety, or maybe they were partying, or you met them at a party and it was just all party. Maybe, because Charlie Sheen's a Virgo, maybe it was like a Charlie Sheen situation in Vegas. We all know what he did there. That's how he got his what.
Right.
You don't know the story?
I have unlimited potential and claim my purpose. All I need is within me.
Well, that sounds very, I'm on my own, bitch. Right? Obviously, I know the girl who made these cards, but these are so feminist. It's like, this is like the new feminine energy going around. Like, I have unlimited potential and claim my purpose. All I need is within me. Nothing else, motherfuckers. Jeez, if I said that as a guy, like it would just be like fucking I'm torn down, you know what I mean? Women now today just like I fucking know, yeah, fuck yeah, motherfucker, fuck yeah, I got everything I need, fuck yeah, I don't need you. Every song too, it's like, motherfucker, I got this, yeah, fuck you. Well, maybe that's good. I think it's good. I'm not saying it's bad. I just think it's hilarious. I'm like, oh God, imagine if guys are just like, it's about me, bitch. Fuck yeah, it's about me. Yeah. It's about me. I got my power. You got my power. No, men, we always sing about like, oh God, she fucking did this and left me and da 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 da.
Maybe it's some of that emo music that you listen to. But I mean, hip hop, is a whole other side of that.
Hip hop is just like, you just a dirty little bitch and I was fucking around and you were just in my DM and I fucked you. That's all they talk about.
That's kind of the other side of it.
Well, you're picking.
Oh, all right. Let's go with this tree one. Clarity.
Clarity. Uh-oh, the clarity is coming crystal clear. Clarity. Gleeful clarity. I don't think that says glee.
I don't know. Well, but that's good news. You're getting clear. There's going to be answers.
Getting clear on the Tower and the Crotchety Hermit and the Two of Cups soulmate situation.
Decisions.
I think that this is a soulmate crisis.
Right.
Doesn't mean that it will go bad. Just means it's like a big earthquake showing up. Oh God, I got to get clear on this situation. That's what it feels like. And you got to be candid and you got to be true. And because you have so much anxiety and you've been suppressing it. Neptune in Aquarius in the second house. Ooh! That's like, what Neptune in the second always reminds me of is counterfeit. And with Aquarius, it's like counterfeit connection.
Yeah.
Counterfeit.
I'm feeling too, like maybe I don't know why this is coming through.
Abundance issues with the partner, the other person, or...
I was going to say twin flame. They're in some kind of like twin flame sort of thing that they think it's a twin flame, but they're getting really wrapped up in it and it's not. And they're caught in that weird little vibe and they're putting all of their energy into it and they're trying to make it work and they're trying to make it fit.
Oh, they're trying to fix something that's broken.
Fix it, and it's like,
and I think all Virgos are realizing that they're trying to fix something that's broken.
Yeah. So it's a counterfeit.
And it's also realizing that maybe their partner that they're connected to is not of worth or value, or they don't have self-worth in themselves, and then they're taking it on and they think they don't have value, but really they're taking on their other person's self-worth issues.
Or it could be a partner that is kind of putting that on them, and then they're not feeling it. They're not feeling worthy because they're putting some weird, I don't know, spells coming out too. So
very true.
Yeah.
Well, one overall for everybody for this week, reflection. We're all reflecting on a lot of things with love. And relationships are reflections. So who do you want to reflect in your life? Good question. Well, thanks for being on, Erica. Make sure you check out her Beyond the Planets 2 course, which is now available for the new moon that's coming in Capricorn, which is in less than a month.
Yeah.
And of course, I have my 2021 Shattered Reality video, which is 4 hours and 50 minutes long. It's on the paid video section at highvibe.tv to talk about this whole thing I'm doing on Instagram right now and with Facebook. I'm still on, but I have 3 phones now. I don't even know. 1, 2, and then I have a third somewhere. I have so many phones, but they're all over.
Might be underneath. Oh, no, that one's mine.
Yeah. So anyway, with the new terms of service with Instagram, all that stuff, I've just created a Telegram channel. And I also have a parlor now. I'm still going to post on Instagram, but I'm going to keep it more kindergarten. I'm still putting stories up and retweeting people's stories, but I'm doing it from a device that's got nothing on it. It's on a VPN, and that's how I'm accessing that platform after the new terms of service and Facebook. But the main thing is being on High Vibe. So make sure that you join highvibe.tv. I found all the ways to do all this awesome stuff, like go live for free, even if you're not a member, on highvibe.tv from my phone to do it like I would do it on Instagram. And a lot of cool other things. We have a blog that we just put up. If you just go to highvibe.tv, click on the blog, I'm going to be doing blog posts and putting it out that way and stuff like that. So you definitely want to do that. Telegram's an awesome way. Or just download the app for free, and we send notifications out. And we're going to be saying, hey, I'm putting out this here. Or, hey, I'm going live on High Vibe. And it's, there'll be free lives, and then there'll be paid High Vibes, of course, like the ones that are from the paid parts. So
Awesome.
Not going anywhere, just changing the way that I'm doing things. So,
Yep.
But good to have you on. Thanks, Ann, again for being there and wrapping it up late with us.
Thank you.
We love you all. Please share this video. Truly appreciate it. Have a good week. It's gonna be a crazy one, and military is gonna be everywhere. Love you. I'll see you all later.